Swain, here's the big question now. We've qualified, but that is not the end of the battle in the group stage, because it's all about really who you play next. And
well, it's where we finish after we play Belgium, isn't it?
Now,
if we're top or second in the group.
Now, Gareth Southgate has made it very clear he wants to keep winning. He thinks winning is a contagion, one of which we've never suffered from since 1966. But you know,
unusual for a manager to want to keep winning.
Well, yeah, sometimes managers in the World Cup go tactical. If they think coming second in the group gives them a better first knockout game, they rest a load of players and they don't mind losing. What do you think the tactics will be, Jonathan? And more importantly, what are the various permutations? Who can we end up playing in the last 16 as things stand?
Well, Piers, this was the chat in the bar yesterday, talking to Glenn Hoddle, actually, and also Clive Tilsey, one of the ITV commentators. We were just sort of working that route out. Gareth Southgate himself has got a tough decision ahead, really, hasn't he? It's a nice position to be in. What sort of team does he put out against Belgium on Thursday? First of all, you know, does he rest his star players, but then you risk sort of like losing momentum if a draw or a loss? You know, that would sort of take the sting out of this, all the excitement at the moment, wouldn't it? But I'll tell you who's looking really good. Colombia, Senegal, Japan, they are all potential opponents, aren't they, for England? If they top the group, I think they're off to Moscow. If they come sort of second, it's a trip down to Rostov-on-Don on Tuesday. So, and there's some really good teams in there. Colombia looked, you know, great yesterday when they played. Japan too, also, you know, a strong team. So, you know, Gareth Southgate will be looking ahead now to the rest of the competition. That's why, you know, he brought Harry Kane off. He was disappointed yesterday, I can tell you, of coming off, because, of course, he's got his eye on the Golden Boot. He wants to be the top goal scorer in the World Cup, and, you know, why not? Fair play to him. And he's, you know, that guy isn't short on ambition. He just wants to keep scoring goals. And this rate, Piers and Susanna, that's certainly what he seems to be doing. And long may that continue.
Right. So I'm just looking here in the Mail, just to clarify then. So if England finish first in our group, it would be likely that we play Senegal, it says here. If we come second, likely we play Japan. And if we finish first, we end up in the quarter-final against Brazil or Germany, potentially. But, of course, if we come second, we play Japan, then Mexico or Switzerland. Yeah. I mean, this is a tricky one for Southgate, because you don't want to play Brazil and Germany. You can possibly avoid it. And there is a way of avoiding it. You lose 9-0 against Belgium.
That's not the right mindset.
Well, I know.
It's just not the right... If you start playing games to avoid difficult situations, that's not a winning mindset. You're not going to get the World Cup doing that.
Well, you say that, but what, you know, then we play...
I was chatting to people that know... People that know Gareth Southgate well, I was talking to you last night, were saying, look, sometimes he's criticised Southgate for being, you know, a really mild-mannered man. He's a real gentleman, but, you know, he's deep down, he's deeply competitive. So he just wants to go into every game. Is the thought here amongst the press pack that he is going to win against Belgium and, you know, top the group and go down that route. If he faces Brazil, faces Germany in the quarterfinals, well, so be it. You know, you have to deal with them at that stage. But it's a great mindset, and do you know what? It's a great position for us all to be in. How many times have I spoken to you from a tournament like this, and we're on our way home?
Yeah, exactly. I can't imagine that he wants to play in that sort of risk-averse, you know, sort of slightly nervous way. I think there's momentum, isn't there, and sort of confidence.
Well, certainly. No, I mean, if you're Germany and you have seen the way your team's playing, and then you watch the way England played yesterday, but let's put a big but in there. Panama are terrible, right? They were first time they've been there. They've been terrible the whole competition. They've gone home, and they're not a good football team. I mean, I heard Rio Ferdinand say they wouldn't even play in the third division of our league, right? So let's get it in perspective. Belgium, who we play on Thursday, are a very, very good team. With Lukaku and Hazard, top Premier League players, they're playing very, very well. I think we'll know how good our team is after Thursday night. That's going to be the marker, I think, for this England team. But right now, happy days, huh? Harry.
It was very sweet.
King Harry.
It was very sweet yesterday, though, wasn't it? The way when Panama scored it was like they'd won. It was like they'd won the whole game. Yay, we got one back.
Well, it's very good, and we congratulate the whole team, all of them actually. I didn't think there were any bad players on the pitch, very unusually. So we're in a very happy place.